Hello and welcome. Mark Huber here, SuccessOnTheFly.com, where we help busy individuals, business owners, perhaps just like you, generate more leads and sales quickly through conversational marketing. And I'm going to be very brief, about 5 minutes today. So if you are looking to up your game, and if you want your current website to become more of a lead generation and conversion magnet, I have good news for you. Now, what you are seeing here is the old style, traditional long form lead generation that has been around for 20 plus years. And I'm sure it looks familiar to you. You've used them before. You perhaps even currently use them on your website. But my question is, how are the conversions? And you may have, like many, have seen conversions steadily dropping off in recent years. And the reason, frankly, is because consumers are tired with giving up all this information, and they just don't have the time or interest anymore. And I think you'd agree with that. As a consumer, you probably know and agree that within 8 seconds, if your interest isn't piqued, you will not engage in a website, no matter what the product or service that is being offered is, unless there's a real incentive for you to do that. And so people that are struggling, perhaps like yourself, to increase online engagement quickly are turning to a great methodology called conversational marketing. And it's a way that you and I, as human beings, deal with each other on an ongoing basis, which is conversations. No sale will ever happen until a conversation takes place. And the reason for lead generation forms is to collect information, specifically, ultimately, an email and phone number, so that the offline conversation, if you will, can or online conversation can go offline. And that's where the know, like, and trust factors continue. And that's where business is conducted through discovery calls, etc., depending on the industry that you're in. Now, I'm not faulting any business or industry that is still utilizing the long form of lead generation. It's just that these people aren't on their game as you are, and that's why you're here listening and learning, and I'm delighted to share this with you. So the first thing to do, as a new unfair advantage over your competition, is dump your long lead generation forms and start a conversational form. What does that look like? Let me show you. If I were a realtor, and I've just, for our purposes, created a conversational form showing myself as a pop-up on a website, could be embedded on a hello bar, could be embedded on the sidebar of your blog. It can be, depending on the platform, a link can be generated that can be included on any of your social platforms and in your emails and newsletters, that once clicked, up would pop a conversational element just like this. And depending on what you were looking for, you could have different conversational lead generation forms like this. One for client feedback, one after an onboarding, survey, quiz. These are all great ways to engage your prospective client or existing customer, and great ways to learn more about the people that are your ideal prospects, so that you can better serve them. And so to start with, I suggest it would give a person an incentive. to complete a very short questionnaire. Again, unlike the long form lead generation, we're just starting off very quickly by saying, hey, hi, Mark here, interested in selling your property. We can help. Get our 10 top tips for getting top dollar. Just have 9 questions for you. Okay, interesting. It shows me as a consumer this individual is utilizing technology in an innovative manner. So it gives me a little more sense of confidence in going through this. And there's only 9 questions, so that seems doable. These are, of course, all mobile friendly, which is where you want to be, which is where your ideal customer is these days. So I had just started off with answering the questions. Time frame is as soon as possible. And moving on, there is a progress bar at the bottom, so you can see how your time is being used and that you're going through the quiz quickly. How old is the property? 1 to 5 years. What is the address of the property? So we'll just type that in. Okay, click OK. I hope you can see this is a much more engaging, more interesting way to connect with your ideal client. Now it starts getting interesting because as a realtor, I think it's important for people to appreciate and to articulate what they are looking for in a prospective realtor to sell. They're looking for marketing, trustworthiness, of course, experience, honesty, etc. So these are great ways, again, that set you as the realtor apart from the competition, because who would have asked that in the traditional, long style form? Again, great question to have answered. Are you interviewing other real estate professionals? Okay, let's say yes. Let's keep this person on their game. And then the next question. So on question 7, what's your first name? I'll type in Mark. And this is where the magic happens. Nice to meet you, Mark. Isn't that cool? What's your best email address? Now, instead of just stopping there, we're giving them a reason why. Because we'll shoot over a quick property valuation and our top 10 tips guide. Okay, well, this makes sense. This coincides with the reason that I'm here. They are delivering on the expected offer, and again, giving me the reason, again, why I should enter my email address. So I'm much more, amenable. I'm happier to give up this, because more and more this type of information is hard to come by. People just are increasingly protective of their inbox and, of course, their phone number. I thought I should just back up I'll just tell you, I also included the personalization when I asked for the phone number, which said phone number Mark. And again, the reason why, just to quickly follow up on making sure that we got everything out to you, and if you had any questions. So again, totally legitimate, but it just, again, increases the completeness of these type of forms by giving a reason, as opposed to just bluntly asking. And then again, people don't want to jump through hoops, but they are happy to jump through hoops if legitimate reasons are presented and stated. The beauty of these type of forms is that you can include GIFs, emojis, images, anything that is on brand that would add to the conversation is welcome and encouraged, and it delights the user, and that's what the experience should be: a delightful, happy, interesting, useful experience. One last question. Okay, now we know we're at the end. Anything else to share with us here before we go? And a person can type in any last comments. We have a leaky basement that needs fixing, whatever the case is. and then just saying, okay, great to have spent some time with you here. We look forward to catching up with you shortly. Cheers, Mark, over and out. That's it. Simple, straightforward, to the point. Collected the information necessary. Of course, the next step is the discovery call, but that is going to be much more useful because as a realtor, you've got a little more background and knowledge as to what the individual is looking for. The other stuff that is asked on the long form lead generation, you can do your research and you can ask those questions when you get the person on the phone. But of course, as a realtor or any individual, a mortgage broker, anyone involved in business and lead generation, it's getting the prospect on the phone. That is the big deal. So now we've got the information necessary. That's it. And so then finally, let me just type in something here. So then instead of just hit submit, why not personalize? And in this case, an action, an emotion, put on, again, it's the buyer's buy-in, which is, I'm in, go. Okay, so now the buyer knows we're ready to rock and roll. Let's do this thing, which is, a win-win for everybody. I hope that in the interest of time, I haven't gone too quickly, but I hope I'm getting you excited to see the new way of lead generation. It's here, and the future of conversational marketing is here. It's ready. It's waiting for you. Be delighted to share with you our 9 simple tips for creating better lead generation or interactive forms. It's just a short, I think, 1-pager PDF I can shoot your way. And there should be a link. I can get that out to you. If not a worry. Always here to help, to answer any questions, walk you through this new way to generate more qualified leads and sales for your business, and start using conversational lead generation forms as your new unfair advantage over the competition. Be pleased to help, and depending on the platform that you're viewing this on, there may be a link somewhere so that we can help you, or you can certainly reach out and find us on the World Wide Web at SuccessOnTheFly.com, on Twitter at SuccessOnTheFly, on Facebook at SuccessOnTheFly Marketing. So on that note, I will let you get back to your day. And my name is Mark Huber, broadcasting to you from beautiful Vancouver. And in closing, wishing you all the very best of continued success. Goodbye for now.